Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, neighbor moves after I install a camera. Now that is a prank. Give me the worst machine you have, and no training or support. No problem. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Neighbor moves after I install a camera. I live in a semi-detached house and share a driveway. When I first moved in, an older British couple lived next door. I got along with them great. Then the wife passed and the husband moved to an apartment and sold the house to someone I will call Cece. Initially there were no issues with Cece, but sometimes she did things that annoyed me. However, for the most part one was able to ignore her and her extended family. On one occasion I found the roof of my spouse's car dented after it was left on the street. On another occasion I found damage to my spouse's car, and the easiest explanation was if someone backed out of Cece's driveway without looking. I didn't have any firm evidence, just circumstantial evidence. So I installed a camera, no audio, just video, on my garage that looked out over the shared driveway and the street. I then went and told all of my neighbors about the damage to the car and the new camera. Nobody verbalized any concerns and nobody admitted to the damage. By the end of the next week Cece listed her house for sale and it closed quite quickly, and I had a new neighbor. Now Cece was a realtor and should have known the law about vacating her old house, but she was still making trips with her stuff long after the new owner showed up. Cece ended up suing the new owner because she had left stuff behind that she was trying to recover. One morning as I was leaving for work I saw the legal papers on the windshield of the new owner's car. So I made a point of asking about them. This is when I learned about all of the drama and the ongoing issues. The new owner indicated that they were going to have to document everything to defend themselves in court. This is where the petty revenge came in. I asked if the new neighbor wanted video footage. I provided footage of multiple loads of furniture being moved past the deadline. I provided footage of Cece's sister sneaking across my property to try and serve the new neighbor and then illegally leaving the paperwork on the car. I also provided footage of Cece driving by at random times. With the footage that I provided, the case was awarded to my new neighbor that had to counter-sue Cece. Now that is a prank. Once worked with a guy who thought a prank was walking by my desk and knocking the mouse off my desk. Well, he put in his 2 weeks notice, so I decided he needed to see a real prank before he left. I printed out a bunch of pieces of paper saying the clowns are coming to get me and hid them all over his desk. For the next week we was finding them and flipping out. Week 2, I hid little pictures of clowns in the exact same places I hid the notes. Day 2 of finding clowns and he flips out. He thinks new ones are being added every day when he goes out to lunch. The absolute best one though is the one between the picture of his girlfriend and the frame it was kept in. I often smile to myself thinking about how long till he finds it, and the whole 2 weeks will come flooding back to him in an aneurysm-inducing rage, smiley face. Give me the worst machine you have, and no training or support. No problem. The spring company used, for slide machines, to make a lot of their spring forms. Until I started there, I had never seen or heard of one. My experience was in stamping dies. Never worked on a 4-slide, until I assumed the other toolmakers were busy, and there is a rush job. So I get sucked into tooling up this job. Peter says, "You do the tooling, and we will get one of the guys to run the samples for you." Okay, cool. Because I have no idea how these machines operate, and he knew it. They had half a dozen 4-slide setup/operators. Lots of machines. Shouldn't be a problem. So I make the tooling, no problem. Peter, here is the tooling you wanted. Okay, now you set it up in this machine. Here is a small coil of material, run off 100 sample parts. What happened to getting one of the guys to run them? Nope, you are going to run the samples. On this machine, this turns it on, this makes it go, figure it out. And all the other guys were told not to help me. Recipe for disaster. Great, thanks. So I muddle through the setup, with no instruction, no help. Soon, I am making parts, but they are very inconsistent. Not acceptable. One of the operators tells me, this is the worst absolute POS machine they had. And nobody could make it run properly. Cool. Thanks, Peter. Tempted to take machine apart and quit, didn't want to give him the satisfaction. Turns out a key piece of the mechanism was loose, because the tapered key that was supposed to hold the parts in alignment had worked loose and fallen out. This changed the timing as the machine ran, making inconsistent parts. I found the now misshapen tapered key, made a new one, and fixed the problem. Disaster averted. The machine ran perfectly after that. All samples within tolerance. Shocked Pikachu face from Peter. Disappointed Peter, anyone could have figured it out. Me, you didn't. And neither did any of your 4-slide experts. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.